Hey guys, my name is Monte and welcome to my channel, Life with Monte. My channel is all about gardening, obviously, but also it's going to be about farming also. I will be gardening here at my house in Dallas. And also, you can see my cow t-shirt. I have a farm back at home in Louisiana, so I'm going to document my journey from gardening here in Dallas, and then as I transition back home to the farm in Louisiana to raise the grass-fed beef and grass-fed lamb and my fruit orchard that I have out there. But I can show you what we have here on the table. I have my persimmons. I know they may look like oranges, but no, are tomatoes. But these are persimmons that come off of a tree. There's a stem. I just picked these today, December 12th. And these are my sweet potatoes that I grew here in Dallas. In my raised beds, I have some purples and the regular skin potatoes, sweet potatoes. But I was able to do this in this small yard right here in Dallas. Now, I know some people may think that gardening is kind of hard or difficult or something foreign, but actually, once you get the hang of it, it's pretty easy. So yeah, I was able to grow all of this stuff right here in this yard. So okay, I showed you the sweet potatoes, and here is a satsuma, which is like almost like a cutie mandarin. It's in that family. I grew those, and these are some Persian limes that I grew. And when you grow in citrus trees, sometimes the fruit will crack. I don't know if you can see that there. Maybe if I lift it up here. I don't know. This is my first time using this ring light, so, well, second time, but yeah, bear with me as I get used to it. But when you water citrus trees and you kind of let them dry out a little bit, then water them heavy the next time or overwater them, they will definitely split and crack. So I need to use this pretty soon. And earlier today I picked a grapefruit that I grew also. So, and I have most of my citrus trees, I grow them in pots, but I do have my lemon tree and my satsumas, which is these little things here. I have those actually growing in the ground here in Dallas. And they survived the blizzard that we had back in February with the 0-degree temperature. So I'm gonna show you, there's a certain technique you have to do in order to make them survive, because they normally don't survive anything below about 20 to 25 degrees. And I just picked this tonight before the video. This is some fresh lettuce. Man, you should smell this. This smells really good. And it still has the sap coming from the stem here where I just picked it. And here we have some peppers I picked before the first light frost came. We have some jalapenos, some cayennes. I think I have a couple serranos in here. And yeah, here's another serrano. Yeah, here's another serrano. And some jalapenos. And here's a red jalapeno, and this is actually what they make the chipotle powder out of. It's just a green, it's just a red jalapeno, which means that it's extra ripe. And after it turns green, it goes to red. And of course, like I said, here's some more of the cayennes, or and they were on their way to turning red, but we stopped them before the frost came, or they wouldn't be edible, and yeah, so that's why those are orange. And when I went to the farm, I picked some wild berries called beauty berries, and I made some jam out of these on September 29th of this year. So yeah, I made that jam. I made some blackberry jam back in October from the blackberries I grew here at my house in Dallas. Now this I still have this from I don't know if you can see that, from 2018. Well, I took a watermelon that I grew here at the house and I juiced it, and I took the juice and I made jelly out of it. It was an orange glow watermelon, an orange watermelon. I took that and made some watermelon jelly out of that, and that came out good. And then I had apples this year that I harvested from here in my house in Dallas, and I made some apple jelly from the peels from that. And also we had peaches here, and I took those peaches and I made jelly from the peach peels, from that peach tree I have here. And we had a lot of extra grapes this year, so I took those that I couldn't eat and I made raisins out of those. So, and that's one thing I want you to understand there. Once you start getting your feet wet with gardening and growing stuff, there's so much you can do once you really get the hang of it and learn what you're doing. And then you're also going to learn from your mistakes too. Just for instance, take these are store-bought peppers here, crushed red pepper flakes right there. But I had last year I grew a bunch of they were called lemon peppers and some type of peach pepper. But I took those and dried those in my dehydrator, and I made my own crushed pepper flakes, which is the yellow. I had some red ones too, but they're yellow, and they're the same exact thing that you get at the store, except I have my own color. I made them yellow from my lemon peppers and my peach peppers that I grew last year, and they're actually really good. And the peach peppers are kind of mild because I don't like stuff like overly hot. And I dried some basil and made my own dry basil for when I'm making certain things. And now this is a green powder that I made. It's a concoction of several different things. Some of it being lettuce that I had. It was lettuce, some different type of spinaches that I had also, and I'm trying to think of the other one, but it was a mixture of lettuces and spinaches and like mustard greens, collard greens. I just dried all of that and then ground them up into a powder. And so I would take that sometimes and I'll put that in the smoothies. And I did the same thing with dandelions. I walked out and just went out looking for dandelions out in my fields in Louisiana. And I found some wild dandelions growing, where they hadn't been sprayed or no chemicals or nothing like that. Picked those, went and got those and put them in the dehydrator and dried them. And I made my own powder. And I put this little thing here. I eat the seaweed snacks, and I save the little packets, the little gel packets from the seaweed snacks, and put it in all of my dried powders and herbs and stuff to keep those fresh and to keep the moisture out. So I use those for that. And I've been having these since 2019. I put the D for the dandelion. I'm trying to find the right place to see it. Hopefully you can see that. So yeah, I've had this since June 12th of 2019. And this right here is the very first cushaw squash I was able to grow because they're pretty tricky. But this year I was successfully able to grow my very first cushaw squash. And man, this thing is massive. You can lift weights with this thing right here. Man, it's heavy, but they are very, very good. And they last, I picked this back in the summer, but they have a really hard skin, and now they'll last for a very long time. I know the butternut squashes, I didn't grow any this year, but they'll last up to a year as long as you keep them in a cool, dark place. They will last for a while, but I'm gonna cook this up pretty soon. But I only got one of these, but man, look at it though. So this is really just scratching the surface of what you can really do just by stepping out and growing stuff on your own. and I'm going to take you on the journey with me as I do that and teach you some stuff I learned along the way. And also, I'm gonna teach you how I build my fences at my farm, how I rotate my animals, and I'm going to document my journey on how I start my grass-fed beef, grass-fed lamb, and like I said, my orchards at my farm in Louisiana. So I didn't want to make this too long of an introduction, but I just wanted to just show you some of the things that I've done over the years or that I'm currently doing that you'll be able to do too after a little while. So yeah, this is just the introduction to meeting me and welcome you to my channel. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share this with some of your friends and family that may be interested in gardening or wanting to see what it takes to not only to garden, but what is farm life really like, and about building fences and all these type of things that go on in a farm. So yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to tell you guys, and just stay tuned and I will talk to you guys later. All right, peace.